Voyager, Illiad, Artemis, both fairly neck and neck. Top 16 will make playoffs, but we're running out of time. All right, so here's what's important. Voyager 8-3, but their 3 losses are to Shroom Squad, Avidity, and then kind of the weird one of Day by Day. That's the only one that keeps us from confidently saying Voyager belongs in, top 8. On the other side, Illiad, Artemis have 4 losses. 2 of them, once again, are to Shroom Squad and to Avidity. But their other 2 losses are to Nuki, who's a strong squad, and then Hive Mind Kittens down here. Now, the thing is, Hive Mind Kittens and Tanuki both got beat by Voyager. This is an opportunity for Illiad Artemis to punch above their weight class, to really punch up a little bit. They need this win. Now, Voyager banned Busan. And Voyager banned Blizzard World. We got all these right. All right, cool. A lot of that was just like seeing the 2 that got banned. It's like, wait a minute, which team is going to ban which one out? That brings us to Nepal, Akivalda, Caliseo, Saravasa, and Dorado. Your map pool here for this NA Expert matchup. Reminder, we did have a patch drop on Tuesday with nerfs to the health pools of 3 of the heroes currently being picked out of Voyager. Oh, excuse me, Illiad, Artemis. Your names are wrong at the top of your screen. I'll get that fixed for you momentarily. Give me Diva Comp versus the Winston coming out from Faded. Give me a moment to fix those names. There we go. We got everybody on the right sides now. Whoa. Maverick headed up top. Trying to go after... Oh, of course we can. I'm not sure who the forgotten replacement is. I gotta be honest. Mike them. We'll just go with Mike them. I don't know if that's a sub, a ringer, or a streamer name. Could be any of the above, to be honest. Bubble dropped just in the nick of time there from Faded, and Mike them's able to find Fern here for some first blood. Meanwhile, rotating on point. Maverick gets demech, and that's gonna be first cap going over to Voyager to kick things off. We'll get it situated here shortly, friends. Don't you worry. Like Illiad, Artemis, we had a little bit of a rough start on stream, but you know what? We're getting the wrinkles ironed out. All right, Maverick moving up to the high ground. Just trying to displace where Voyager was wanting to sit. Ooh, nice move over the top from Fern. Able to take down Mike them. Ooh, and lands the headshot on the Pallet and Dubid as well. Beautiful 2-piece there from Fern on the Echo. Despite being down 25 health before Tuesday, it'll make good use of it. Oh, let's go follow up on what's going on in here. Faded coming, about to push back out. Faded coming up in the prime launcher. Okay, I'm going to rotate to main, not go in through kitchen. Continuing to push the issue. The Kitsune Rush is thrown way in the back. Look to use defensively to fend off Maverick there. Keep the back line in one piece. Faded in full control over the objective. This point's about to flip. We did get a bit of a touch in. Well, let's get back on this point. There we go. But Pink Car is quickly dealt with. Flips right back over. All right, 4 ults in the pocket. Both of our team, really 5 coming online here for Artemis. Looping around that right-hand side so we can get a better pop for you. Duplicate used here from Fern. Duplicate used from both of our teams, as a matter of fact. Main car comes with 1! Michael actually got some good damage onto the Fern duplicates. We had the duplicate duel up on top, and it's the doppelganger of Mike them that ends up still alive when it's all said and done. Sound barrier in from Unread as well. Happy to see a Lucio here. Last time they were playing double flex support, I don't think their main support was available against the match against Nightmare rotations. Good cleanup and another flip over here for Artemis. A lot of ult spit. But Maverick does still have that extra 750 health. 725, excuse me. Okay, quick jump in underneath the defenses, left-hand side. Fern and Pain Car kind of just looped it and put some pressure onto the tank. Optical up for the backline instead. Faded peels back team protected, throws a bubble up to do so. And Mike is able to look around and find a kill on a Mardox at some point. The rest of Artemis is just disengaging. They're gonna wait for Mardox to get back in this fight. Wait for their carry. 91% on the board. Time for a disengage. Or time for a re-engage. Excuse me. So they choose to approach us. Burn goes down early. Pain Car onto the point. Sound barrier engaged, but it's already a player down here for Artemis. Maverick able to equalize on that actually. Now looking to turn all attention onto Faded. The pulse bomb will get the job done and takes Unready to the fight as well. Nice 2Ps from Pain Car. Here to keep Artemis in this first round match.
One for you, one for you.
Get into the groove.
Ring that bell. Get into the groove. Ding. I agree. All right, what do we have to work with? Pulse Kitsune. Ooh. Going all the way around coast side. But Voyager makes their way onto the point. They're going to throw down a Kitsune and rush. Self-destruct used all the way in the back. And Unred's able to find that kill, but dies to the self-destruct to do it. So it's a +1 here to Artemis, but Faded finds the equalizer. Drop down. Considers from Mardox almost nullified. There's hardly anybody left. You're going to have to whittle through this 1,300 health pool. Voyager aren't going anywhere. They take round 1.
Man, I'm so excited.
How sweet of them.
Given Mardox is on a Baptiste, I don't think we're going to see the Doomfist. As fun as Doomfist is to watch. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know Maverick's hero pool. I'm learning alongside with you, friends. If you're Artemis fans out there, you probably know better than I do already. Yeah, no. Give me dueling Sigma here. Poke battle for the bridge. Are we sending anybody on the off angles? Yep. We do have a Tracer down low. Hanzo on the other side. Let's check this out. Able to find put crossfire pressure on the bridge and help control the flank with the sonic arrows. This is an interesting pick, just specifically for Sanctum. And you can see Pain Car already at half health and has to respect that sonic arrow. Meanwhile, back on the front line. Like them playing off coast side here with the Pharah. Woo! A little bit of damage before having to get out. First cap does end up going over to Pain Car. Well, going over to Artemis, courtesy of Pain Car, should I say. But Mardox gets caught there on the corner as Mike then comes in on that off angle one more time. This time combines with Faded beautifully to get the Baptiste. The legs starting to fall out from underneath Artemis here in this comp. Oh, where's their Tracer? Pain Car, where are you at? Pain Car's still hanging around on the point. Oh, eats a bullet and is just trying to back out and regroup with the squad. Maverick just loops around, though. It's a very soft disengage here from Artemis, and they're going to push back in and find the kill on the Paladin. Never giving up control in the process. Faded does have an Ant Matrix back here to work with, but too far away. Gotta push in and get some point presence here. Use the sustain from the Ant Matrix to recapture control of the point. Gravitic Flux if you need it. You got two in the small room. There's the aggressive sound barrier. I was trying to go to Industrial Pop on that one. Maverick finds the kill. 6+2 here to Artemis. You managed to get control back. Maverick's looking to chase some kills. Ooh, bite them. Was waiting up top. Fern finds the revenge kill, but that was a lot of damage in. Look at that low health bar. Maverick just kind of holding tight here for a moment. Mardox is still here on the case, but here comes Voyager back the other way. The Flux looks massive. That got 3, if not 4, and it did get 3. Unread falls on the back of it. Faded very low. Mike them able to alleviate some pressure, using their recall to keep their own life, but Voyager still aren't able to get any real presence when it's all said and done. Odos. Ooh, I didn't watch Pencar's pulse. Push it. I had a feeling Scrivetic Summon's gonna come out though into the back line. I think that just hit the Ash. Industrial does fall to unread underneath. Let's cut back in with Faded here, who's dueling with Maverick. Also has a Flux. Nice dodge onto the Accretion. Devaluing the Ant Matrix on the bridge. Marnox has to use an Immortality Field, but it's good enough to keep Fern and themselves alive. A couple of picks going back in Artemis's favor. 99 on the board for him as they find Otis on the point. Overtime is going here, but unread doesn't last long. We are headed over to Shrine. Ooh, Bob! Nope. Bye, Bob. Hey, Last Lord. We're doing fantastic. A little quiet around here tonight. That's okay. All right. Final round to decide our opening control map in Nepal. New pick out from Maverick. You're going to see the Ramastra fading going back over to the Winston. We're getting Fernanda Cassidy here. Let's check this out. Might give Mike them some pause as well as fading. A couple of good shots. Land on a Mike and Pankar goes in for the finish. Nicely done. Now a couple fan the hammers will land onto Faded. Pankar jumps in over the top. Voyager is able to sneak out underneath without any more casualties. I mean, a miracle of that. Alright. Second attack. Voyager moving in left-hand side. Run into a vortex right out of the gate, and you've got Pankar sitting right above him here. Ooh, Unread goes up top against that execution. Nicely done. Now going back up front to escort Faded onto this point. Both Nemesis form from the Ramatras. Faded making that swap by the way to mirror Maverick here and ends up getting the better of him in the duel. Fern tried to loop around to the left-hand side, but a good stop from Unread leads to the kill. Pankar, 1 of 2 left. Ooh, manages to sneak in one. Might get the kill on the Lucio as well. Unread wins it out, but it was close. Okay, is Voyager back at full strength? Yes, they were able to get everybody back on the point. We get a true fight here. It's going to be sound barriers out at the very beginning to kick things off. Sunni Rush running the back will force some cooldowns out of Paladin, and Maverick is able to push all the way forward. Pankar able to pick up one already. Now everybody from Voyager kind of stuck on the stairs and trying to loop around left-hand side. Pankar wants this pulse. Got 2 supports low in the back. May not even need the pulse bomb. Good melee to finish off Odos. Mardox is coming up with some goods as well. Artemis maintain control and win themselves another fight win. They win a fight win. What do you know? Oh, I know. It was the bestest Bob. Bob tried so hard. All right, Annihilation on first here for Faded. Imagine good. Let's see. Ooh. Gonna have to use the Ant Matrix up here. No, they're gonna go ahead and drop it down low. Should be good pickings here for a Cassidy. Mike them didn't even need to use the Deadeye. Maverick falling early in the fight. The rest of the team trying to disengage. Let's see, let's get a better angle here. Okay, 2 looped around from the right-hand side, both DPS as a matter of fact. Fern finding 1 kill, but a good job from Voyager just to kind of divide and conquer. recognizing the split and focusing them down systematically. Good news for Artemis, they only need to win one more fight and they'll take the map. They also have a couple of ults to work with, about the same ult charge on both sides. A little bit ahead in both the flex support ult as well as the tracer. Tracer duel for high ground. Good yield control. Gonna drop the pulse down onto the Ramatra. Nemesis form popped out and more vitality field used as well. That's a Deadeye from Mike. They're sneaking around to the outside. Maverick's gonna respond with an Annihilation. FACEIT throws in an Annihilation of their own. Artemis doing a good job of just playing out by Elephant at the moment. Imagine Tracers are working around the outside. Paint card dropped down. All attention put on the FACEIT, and FACEIT will fall. It was a good sound barrier out from Industrial. That lead coming in huge. Unread was still just a little bit away, and that's the difference maker. Illiad, Artemis. Theoretically, you're underdogs in this series. You're going to take map 1.
Play of the game.
Good play by FACEIT, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, I'm afraid. Now, as we saw, even when we're looking back at some of Voyager's wins over Tanuki, who was the other one I was talking about? What was the other good? Oh my goodness, it just completely jumped out of my brain. Oh, Hive My Kittens. They dropped maps in both of those series as well. So, not unusual for Voyager to drop maps and then turn around and win a series. One of those was even Control, but it's still a damn good start for Illiad Artemis here. Got to fill them with confidence as they're moving forward. Let's take a look at some stats here before we jump into map 2. Been pretty darn even. Pretty darn even down the board. Maverick with a one fewer death than FACEIT. Mike them has kind of leading in deaths here, but also quite a bit of elims and damage as well. So I mean, it was just in the thick of it a lot, but Mike them seem to be taking a lot of fire. Let's see if that's a trend moving forward. Oops, wrong button. Sorry. All right. So banned out by Artemis. Was banned by Voyager. This was Artemis's map pick, and will take us on into Eichenwalde. Here for map number 2. Maverick coming back out on the Ramatra. Burn sticking with this Cassidy.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And the shots? No good. Body shot. Okay. FACEIT also playing on the Ramatra here. So they're going to just give time for Mike them to swap over to an Echo. Still sticking with the Echo here. Despite the slight nerf in health. I say slight, that hits some breakpoints, particularly for a Cassidy. Cassidy can now 3-tap an Echo if one of them is a headshot. Just like that. Right on cue, Fern. Thank you very much. Early kill. FACEIT down low. Has to use the Nemesis form really just for the block and the armor, and it's still not enough to keep this team at bay. Here comes Artemis charging forward, maintaining that momentum from that map 1 win. Didn't quite get the vortex where they wanted there. Careful. Don't overstay your welcome, Maverick. Maverick taking a lot of damage here. Mike then making a swap off the Echo going to the Pharah. Pharah also at 225 health, mind you. That was from a previous nerf. That was from the start of the season. Or was that last season even? Right. Tracer duel on the outside. Okay, trying to see where y'all were at. Ooh, they're kind of deep back in. And then Fern's kicking ass on the front line. Sorry, I did not get a very good view of that fight, but we did learn. We learned Fern can click some hits. Fern looks mighty good on the Cassidy.
Let me balance you out.
All right, a little over 2 minutes on the clock. Third attack. here from Voyager. Not really close to ultimate yet. I mean, they're starting to get them online here. And it is going to take a second through this fight. Maverick getting aggressive on the inside corner. Faded looping around the outside. Kitsune Rush used to split up the team. Artemis trying to rush down the back line, but a good fade in from Odos. And it looks like, especially with that kill from Faded, everybody from Voyager is able to rotate to the point safely. They do have a Kitsune Rush here to help them capping. The barrage from Mike them. Ooh, nice little move, moving through the inside room, but trade themselves out. It's not all you can expect from a barrage. Sound barrier from both of our squads. Still a player advantage and a Kitsune Rush advantage here for Voyager on this point. That kill on a Maverick should secure them this cap. They're going to get this card on the road. Did they track the move inside? Like I'm still kind of hiding underneath their skin. Okay, does get back out. It's a very vulnerable spot down there because it's so hard to cross and regroup with your team. Now, that's the Deadeye coming in from the high ground. Burn dropped down low. Means this engagement is going. Annihilation out from Faded and into the small room it goes. I think Maverick has one of their own. Faded definitely got the bigger life pool at the moment. Because got a good LOS on their heels. Turns out to take Mike them down and fights Industrial. Both heels falling to Faded. They're going to put the shield up. And the extra Nemesis still trying to punch it out here with Maverick. And with the help of Fern, Maverick outlasts through the pugilist duel and the defense holds. I say that. They do have to disengage, allowing a little bit of space to be given up, but they're going to regain high ground. Paladin just not making it back in this fight. Unread just get absolutely pounced on. Maverick drops on the high ground to open things up strong here for this defense. Hardock's a little bit ahead in the Kitsune Rush, and we've seen a very aggressive posturing. You can see where Maverick is sitting. I mean, extremely aggressive posturing out of Artemis on this defense so far. It wouldn't surprise me to see them throw this Kitsune Rush very early in this fight. Loop around from Fern to drive Faded out from inside, but Paladin's already picked up one. Has a pulse in the pocket, but is a little bit on cart duty at the moment. Fern knows they're out there. She's trying to clean off that objective. Here comes Faded rotating around, try to control main. Unusual fight, just right up main here on Ikevalda. Usually it's a fight over high ground. But it's kind of smart from the defense. They know they're running into a Winston and a Far. Now they rotate up to the high ground. Looks like they might drop down low. Kitsune Rush available. They're going to throw it down. Fern's Deadeye got blocked by the bubble. They're going to run down and still try to put pressure into this back line. It's a trade out 2-for-1, favoring the defense. Barrage over the top, trying to swing this the other way, but no such luck. The defense holds. $130 remains.
Are we moving the payload or what?
Hold your horses, Far. Hold your horses. Whoops. Nobody saw nothing. Nobody saw nothing. Paladin staying underneath. Looks like all of Voyager is just hiding underneath, waiting for that drop down. They do still have Mike them coming back from spawn. Needs to be able to cross this gap. Did swap over to an Echo, but still hasn't regrouped with the team yet. Very split so far here from Voyager. They got 2-1 cart. Faded coming back up to high ground. Maverick finds an isolated Otis, isn't able to take him down. Fern finds themselves a target as well. Now moving off to clean off cart. 30 seconds to go. Down barrier barrel from both sides. Primal Rage gonna have to be the difference maker, although you are running into an annihilation. Paladin underneath. Okay, the whole team's going underneath. Kiriko had to use Swift Step to close the gap. Mike them is hiding down in the bottom. Sound barrier out first to hear from the attacking team. A very high sound barrier up in the air from Industrial, and Paint Card doesn't get it. Maverick tried to punch through as the Primal comes out from Faded. Onto the bridge. Woo! They're able to fight Fern with one. That's a very low Kiriko. Stomping him down. You gotta push the ram off the side. You do. Faded gets 3. Looking for the 4th and celebrating. Move it in. Oh, can't celebrate too early. Paint Car still has a pulse. Still here at a 2v1. Looking for the stop. Not gonna happen.
The payload has reached the chip.
Nice play from Faded. Now swapping back over to the Ramasha. Great primal. So fun. A good primal is just a joy to behold. All right, round in the first corner. Both fairly dry here. We did get an interesting swap. Oh my goodness. Whoop. Paladin dies trying to use their poles. Pain Car making the swap over to the Mei here. Like them making the surprising swap to the Junkrat. Junkrat actually got a little bit of a nerf, if memory serves. Ooh, that's 1, that's 2. Like them back in spawn. Now cut to Titan's not where you want to be with a Ramattra in Nemesis form. But you know what? Faded has one of their own, so I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now it's a player advantage here for Voyager. 30 seconds on the clock. Was a venture swap from Paladin. Here to try to close this thing out. Kitsune rush for both teams. Advantage to Faded for the annihilation. Starting to push into the back. Ooh. Getting a little aggressive, jumping back out. Sound barrier just in the nick of time as Faded tries to push forward. Tire is in from Mike Them. Where's that one going? Up over the top of the right-hand side. Mike Them comes up with 2 in this fight. Industrial falls, and there's the cap. They only had 30 seconds remaining when they basically started to round the first corner. Voyager is able to push it all the way home. 3 on the board. Can't be mad at that if you're a Voyager fan.
Initiating match.
And Ramattra always shows the wildest parties. Y'all made a mess in here. Look at this, y'all. Y'all made an absolute mess. Come on.
Ready for battle.
Mike them couldn't decide what they wanted to play. Thought about an Echo. Decided to go with the cast instead.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Defend.
All right. Ramattra cast coming out from Maverick and the rest of Artemis. Got to cap all 3 points. They want to send us some extra innings here and hope to move it up to 2-0 in the series. It's a push right up the gut, aggressively onto the point. Maverick turns, try to face the rest of the defense, the entirety of the defense, as Voyager move in to contest. 1 tick already picked up. Faden's going to move in back behind the defenses of Maverick. Kind of forces down into the house. Industrial goes down. Ooh, Maverick's LOS their heels. They're in trouble back in that corner. And this first attack kind of falling apart. A kill on a Mike them could be an opening. I doubt it though. Unread should be able to go back. Unread's up here. This actually might be an opening. All right. Let's see how fast this Cassidy makes it back in. Ooh, they're close. Here comes the rush. Looks like the cast will make it back. Fern turning the corner. Pulse lands Suzu just in the nick of time from Mardux. Beautifully done here. That would have been a 2, if not a 3K there for Paladin. We're going to get the Ant Matrix out from Otis on the other side. And it's a push through this smaller room. Everybody from Artemis are just hiding out, waiting out the Ant Matrix. Eventually going to turn the corner using Fern's Deadeye, try to clear some space, hopefully find an Elim. Does drive everybody off the objective, and that'll be second tick combined with a Kitsune rush. It's going to make it hard for Voyager to recontest. FACEIT is going to step back in with this annihilation. Mike them's already picked up one as well. Nice right hook. Looking for the follow-up. Another pair of kills there for FACEIT. Defense holds.
Elimination.
FACEIT well ahead of Maverick on that charge for the annihilation. Maverick makes a swap, as does Fern. Less than 2 minutes to go. Fern going over the top left. Maverick going to grab high ground. Trying to just completely surround this defense. Unfortunately, they aren't able to land safely here in the back. Oop, defense matrix all used. And Mike them still had a little bit left. And Maverick gets demec'd. Less than 90 seconds to go. Alright. Sound barrier for both squads. No real advantage. Ant Matrix advantage, I suppose, for Otis, ever so slightly. I think really it's going to be up to Fern or Maverick to get an early pick here. Fern trying to play a deep flank. Okay, so thinks better of it. Comes back, regroups with the team. You do have Pain Car here in a situation. Might be able to open this up. Pushes across the alternate high ground. Opening shots down onto FACEIT, who's already at about half health. Focus continues to go down onto the tank of Voyager as the sound barrier is invested here from Artemis. Responding sound barrier is there. And it's a 2v3 in the backline. And oh, Artemis just can't quite find the kill. Eventually, they're able to take Mike them down. But I think it cost him too much in the process. Pain Car looking to clap back. But they're playing into an Ant Matrix, kind of having to dance around it. Maverick's not in this fight. 15 seconds to go. Ant Matrix in from the duplicate of Fern. A lot of opening damage went into Otis, and an immortality field forced out early in this fight. Pain Car could have a free stick if they can land it. I hit the corner. It doesn't quite land onto FACEIT as they're running back in, but still they're able to drive them away. Even though the stick doesn't land, it's enough. They kind of inch their way through point A. Sombra swap out of Mike them. We've seen a bit of Sombra over the past couple days since this new patch dropped. A little bit quicker while in Viz, and a little bit more damage on that virus you just saw land. Do force Suzu out. Paladin gonna go try to pursue that kill. No, just gonna come up, clean off high ground, or trying to position on high ground. Push up to the top. Otis finding Fern as they're disengaging. And the entirety of the defense rotates back down to point. Risky move here, but a clean rotation out of Voyager. They make it work. Now it's up to Artemis to make a move. Scouted out by Mike them. 3 players on the point here from Artemis. Pain Car is cut off. Was not able to catch up with the rest of the team. There goes Paladin with a pulse bomb into the back. Will force the swift step out. And more space just robbed from Artemis here. Blind into the high ground manual hack. Will deny defense matrix for a few seconds, but Mike then just hightails it on out of there. Still, Mavericks appears to be under a little bit of pressure, but the rest of the team is able to rotate up, all 5 strong. Gonna drop back down as once again Voyager kind of flipped to this point, but Firm gets the kill this time. Now moving in over the top, duplicate in the pocket. Beam at the ready, Stickies land, faded looking low, and will not survive the focusing beam. We still have Mike in there. Was just trying to build up to the rest of that EMP. That was already done and dusted. Clean fight win there from Artemis, but they're running out of time. Maverick just kind of doing a bit of scouting on the high ground. I love the rotations we've seen out of Voyager here through this map, and I anticipate a quick one here. You can see Paladin setting up alongside with Mike them way in the back for this EMP. Ant Matrix over the cart. Mike them ends up in a fight with Industrial on the back end, and Ant Matrix on point combined with a duplicate. Ooh, FACEIT is able to survive it though, using all the cooldowns and the ultimate, and the EMP eventually does come through, and it's enough to put a stop to this attack and an end to this map. Voyager will take Eichenwald and tie us up 1-1. I prefer my gondola is useless, but propaganda is useless is funny too. We get Mike then play the game? Nope, it's gonna be a faded play of the game. My gondola is useless. I hate it when my gondolas are useless. Oh, we do get this primal. This was a damn good primal. Can't argue that. Whoop. All right. We're all tied up, friends. We're all tied up. Let's go give Voyager that hard-earned point on the board. And this team definitely has the... We take a minute to warm up. I mean, and again, even previously in matches they've won, they drop control. So maybe Voyager's just not a control team. I don't know. We've seen that before. We've seen that historically, where some teams just are not good at control. Let's take a look at some stats here from map 2. What's standing out to you, friends? What's standing out to you? I mean, it looks like a really just solid team effort all around. Faded leading the server. Excuse me. Both in eliminations and in damage. Fewest deaths in the server as well. Tied with Marduk's main support on the other side for that one. So, excuse me. Marduk's is flex support. Industrial's main support. Good clapback from Voyager. Able to cap, get all 3 points on the board. Nice hold on the bridge. I mean, really just good hold all around. Bought a lot of time kind of every step of the way. And I love their rotations. Their rotations are so fun. You don't often see teams kind of match the speed and the rotations defensively on Eichenwald. That was fun to see. All right. Heading into map 3. Whoops. That is the wrong screen. Sorry, y'all. We did get New Queen Street banned out from Artemis. Voyager got pick. And it was Colosseo is the map pick. We're not quite loaded in yet. Go back to my ugly mug here while we're waiting for everybody to get in. Oh, you know what? I'll check. Maybe now's a good time for an ad break. Have we ran an ad break lately? Okay, looks like we've ran an ad break lately. I'm trying to get better about that. All right, remind me, friends. I want to get running ads during these downtime breaks. Just to make sure you're not getting ads in the middle of a team fight, right? That sucks. I feel so bad when that happens. So bad when that happens. I gotta say, Fern has been impressive. I feel like Fern and Pankar both have had some real pop-off moments. And I mean, it's our first time seeing the squad. Like I know Faded can pop off. Oh, looks like we're getting oh, maybe not. Did we get us up? Let's go check here. Let me verify something here before I open my mouth. Yes, we are getting Forgotten coming in here for map number 3. There you have it. A little bit of a sub. There we go. Whoops. Sorry, I broke your screen. I will fix that. Give me just a moment. I think Colosseo is underrated as far as the beauty of this map. I think this map is absolutely gorgeous. You just don't see it in game as much as you do, you know, like Suravasa. Voyager recapturing some momentum and tying up the series there after a great push on Eichenwald. Looking to stick with the Ramatra here from what they're showing us early in the hero pick phase. Forgotten coming in on the Ash.
5, 4, 3, 2,
They're gonna make their way out of the Galleria Imperial.
unlocks in 30
into the battlefield that is Coliseum. As our teams fight it out for control over Tim Smith, so we can take the lead in the series. All right, let's get into map 3. Oh, I didn't hit. How cool would that been if I'd hit Industrial Pov like right in that moment? I was just a little too late. Missed the window. All right, we're playing along statue side here. Interesting push, getting aggressive already. Look at Pankar. Pankar moving in on a very wide angle. Now, you leave your team vulnerable to a bit of a 4v5 here, but I don't think that Voyager have made this read. Everybody's sitting back. Paladin now followed back for a bit of a heal, but it's a little bit too late. Burn picking up a Sojourn here and already found unread. Does fall to Paladin, who's found 2 before it's all said and done. Still looks like a fight win for Artemis? Question mark? It's a 3v2. They're having to back out of here. Faded pops Nemesis and runs Maverick away. Maverick just didn't have the sustain to stick around in that fight. Still hasn't really recovered. Now Voyager is starting to get reinforcements and Paladin's able to chase Maverick down. Pendulum swung big time there in the middle of that moment to breathe. It was just a moment for Voyager to regroup. Oh, beautiful stick from Paladin. What an opening 90 seconds here from Paladin on the Tracer. Artemis are able to reclaim their high ground. Voyager just retreat into the cubby. They did get the bot far enough to where they can play out of this cubby hole, importantly. You gotta get the bot to where you can still contest from down there. Otherwise, the other team can just run off with it, and your point, you just lose a lot of space. So, very important for Voyager that they were able to get this far off of that first fight win. And now look how entrenched they are. Just dug in. Ardox finally just built up to this Consuming Rush. This should be the go side. This is gonna be a old extravaganza here in a tiny, tiny little room. Consuming Rushes are going to open things up from both of our teams as Faded emerges from their hidey hole with a sound barrier to bolster them. Other team has one as well. Annihilation at the ready. Bob thrown in, and it's going to be a disengage here from Artemis as they loop back up top. Maverick takes a lot of damage at Pankar. Doesn't make the rotation. Voyager sneak away with the bot and grab first checkpoint. Close spawns along with it. Both tanks hold on to their ultimates through that a very loud and particle-heavy fight. Dive in from Maverick. Ooh, would love to get you captured down here with this Primal Rage. That was a lot of damage. They can't overextend. Voyager just end up rotating all the way around, let the Primal Rage fade out. Ooh, Maverick still trying to dive in, get a little bit of value on the tail end of that Primal. Much needed fight win, hopefully, here for Artemis. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. They really need to win this fight is where I was going with that sentence. I just completely like approached it backwards. I was like, let's back our way through this just loaded traffic. Unfortunately, they are not going to get it. Artemis fall early. Paladin continuing, just have one hell of a map here. Forgotten throwing shots down range. You can hear in the back. Suzu used, flinched the dynamite. Actually, might have prevented Forgotten from getting to the Bob as fast as they'd like. Consuming Rush is out here. Good aggression from Paladin and Faded as they're able to mail through a couple of kills. Unread does fall, though. That could be the turning point, but Maverick has to stay alive if there's any hope in this fight, and Paladin will not let that happen. Oh, is anybody who's alive here? I know Faded's alive. Give me Faded, Pop. Faded and Paladin, I think, are the only two left here, right? All right, here comes the rest of the team. Still 5 minutes ago, and Voyager not quite 5 strong. They're just going to go ahead and disengage and give. Satisfied with as much progress as they got. I mean, 117 is quite a bit on the board. I was supposed to call it 118. Bob in on the outside. Fern finds the kill despite getting booped up into the air by the Bob itself. 5v4 here for Artemis. Everybody playing through main. Industrial, both sound barriers online. Maverick needs to catch up in this ult fight, I think. Do that or just get an early pick. And Faded's already super low. It was just a good timing on the aggression. Sound barrier now in from Industrial. Unread. Gonna drop the second one later in the fight. Trying to chase out Maverick, who doesn't have their Annihilation online yet. Here comes Faded, unleashing the tendrils of death. Disengage from Artemis. They're trying to get away, but it's not clean. Paladin's able to chase down Marduk's, who went down left-hand side. Good punish there from Voyager. They're going to get a little bit of extra space out of this, as well as buying more time off the clock. Late killer on the pain card to ensure that. Dead out from Fern. Marduk's going to throw in a Kitsune Rusher, trying to stop this overwhelming momentum. Does pick up Paladin in the back and finds Unread with a quick shot. Nice 2Ps here. Looking to cap it with one on the Forgotten, but Pain Car beats you to it. Still a good fight out of Fern. Nice, clean, much needed fight win there out of Artemis. Pulse bomb in the pocket. Both squads, as a matter of fact. Paladin has, gotta say, been the more standout tracer here to see if Pain Car can answer back. Started off strong early. Once the BAP in the corner. Ooh, Otis is able to back away using only their regenerative burst. Didn't even get the immortality field out. Fern does eventually. Immortality. I didn't see who was used to save. Ooh, Paladin just running for their life off of the corner. Do have Pain Car in pursuit and finding that kill. Maverick drops an Annihilation back here on this point, trying to continue to push forward. Pain Car comes up with another one. I was saying that Paladin had looked like the more standout tracer so far in this map, but Pain Car showing us a little recency bias here and catching back up. Or hoping we show a little recency bias, I think is probably the better way to say that. Fern continues to excel. Fern's had a great series. I don't care what the scoreboard looks like. And there's a reason here that Artemis might be able to catch back up into this thing. Industrial, a little bit ahead in the sound barrier race this time around. I think they just held on to it. No, they both dropped at the same time in the last fight. So Industrial definitely winning out in that, as far as that's concerned. Could be a big deal. Fern comes up with an opening pick. As Marduk's also ahead in the ultimate race. Bob won't last long against that double damage. Now Marduk's is getting aggressive, confident to try to move in. Checkpoint is picked up. Still 5 strong, rounding the corner. Artemis are looking to continue to put the pressure down. Faded dies to the Deadeye. Unread falls as well. Checkpoint picked up, and suddenly Artemis breathed a new life. Bet you those comms have woken up over the past minute as well. Momentum swung truly in their favor.
60 seconds.
Really not shooting out of Fern, and they continue to impress me. I tell you what. Woo. All right, Tracers are dueling down low. Yep, there's the A-Matrix up top. Oh, Fern caught on the wrong side of the tracks. Tries to lead back across, using the sound barrier to do so, and still not enough. Faded's able to pick up that first kill. Not enough ground covered with that sound barrier. A huge advantage now for Voyager as they march forward. They're going to take Maddox down. They're not even going to invest their own sound barrier. With 22 seconds left, they have all the tools they need to win this one out. Maverick trying to swing it back. Trying to punish the hubris. Is Unread invested late. Has Maverick done enough to give the lead on over to Artemis? Faded clap it back the other direction. Maverick cannot drop down. Somebody has to stay close to this point to initiate the overtime, but they got to work through Faded's Annihilation to make it happen. Pain Car falls to start the overtime. Maverick drops down. They're the next one to touch. There's an ant matrix at their back, but nobody to utilize it. Voyager are gonna hang on. They'll take a 2-1 lead in the series. They'll win Coliseum. It was close. It was close. Illiad Artemis definitely put up a good fight there in the final 2 minutes of that map. Unfortunately, fell just a little bit short when it was push come to shove. We got down to that final fight. All right. There we go. Get that score on the board there for Voyager. Might as well swap the map number there while I'm at it. Same screen, might as well. All right. Voyager now on match point. Heading into flashpoint. No ban here. It's Suravasa. It was Illiad Artemis's pick. Before we get to that, why don't we look at some stats here for map number 3. Faded once again a standout here. Only 3 deaths there on the Ramatra. But it was Forgotten who led in damage. We saw that Forgotten play of the game. Forgotten leading the server with 13,000 damage coming in here. That's how you make an entrance. Forgotten staying in here for map number 4. Alongside Paladin on that tracer. Set up here for Suravasa. All right, let's get into map 4. Voyager looking to close it out. And Artemis, they put up such a good run in that final 2 minutes. Let's see if they can carry some of that confidence and some of that momentum here into this 4th map. Try to send us to that tiebreaker. Really is a pretty map.
1. Initial flashback.
Ooh, we're getting something completely different out of Artemis. Maverick on the Junker Queen, Fern on the Genji. Genji could be instrumental in kind of getting underneath the safe spot of Forgotten and Otis here in the back. You see Otis already under a bit of pressure. Kind of forced to the outside, and this forces Faded to rotate outside as well. Giving high ground over and potentially first control to Artemis. Here comes Faded back in, hoping to make it to the point. It's not going to be in time to prevent the cap. Still, they're going to pop their Nemesis and continue to press the issue. Ooh, Industrial gets caught out by it. Here's some Faded pop. Maverick looking a little charred. Marduk's looking a little low. Now back in spawn. And it's going to be a flawless first fight win. And, well, I guess second cap going over to Voyager. Ooh. Oh, Paladin. Guess what? There's somebody behind you. Maverick waiting on the outside. Recognizing that Voyager was taking a very aggressive poise here. Ooh, just narrowly misses the Grace. He still wants Otis down. All attention onto the backline. It's the supports that are feeling just the brunt of all of this damage coming out from Maverick and the rest of Artemis. Now with them gone, Faded doesn't stand a chance. Here comes the flip. Little chase on the Paladin down low. 81% built up there for Voyager before Artemis were able to flip it back over. Ooh. Push in there for Pankar right as they turn their head. We're going to get the Rampage in for Maverick. That hit 4. That was a monstrous Rampage. That alone could have been enough. Forgotten's able to duck out of the way and somehow is clapping back and able to get one before Pankar takes them down. Unred's close to the sound barrier, but not close enough. Faded comes up with a kill with the annihilation, but has just kind of been body blocked off the point. Paincar with 2 late kills in the fight. Voyager running out of reinforcements. This one was down to the wire. Faded has to just run out of the objective with no health. The Matrix there. Double healing to try to top him off, but Otis goes down. Paincar comes up with another pair of kills. Paincar with 4 kills in, just lightning fast time. Flip does come through from Voyager as Fern gets cut down. Sound barrier in from Industrial. All attention finally turned on to Faded. What a back and forth first point here on Suravasa. Artemis will end up taking it.
Secure. Next flashpoint ruins.
Forgot I teased us there with the Sombra. I'd already used the Bob in the last fight, so it didn't give over any ult charge in that. We do have 2 DPS ults available here for Artemis, as they do make their way onto the point first. We are going to get the Katana. First on the chopping block here. Woo! Unred goes down. Did get 1. That was a funny little sequence from Maverick using the Gracie. The no-look kill, but unfortunately dies in the process, and now it's a 3v3. This is just going to be one of those flashpoint maps, isn't it? We're going to go down to these very kind of broken fights every time, it feels like. Keep an eye on Paincar. Paincar's been popping off. Didn't land the pulse, but stalling out a little bit. Does it buy enough time? It does. Prevents the cap. Kitsune Rush now in. Paincar and Fern looking to align onto a target in the back, but unfortunately Maverick gets cut down, despite the Kitsune Rush out from Mardux. Faded falls as well, though, as Paincar continues to bring the pain. Looking to find a kill onto Otis. Otis able to duck up and around the corner. Unred not so lucky. Artemis still in control. Fern finds Forgotten in the back of the fight. Hey, Fern and Paincar, I'm really impressed. Maverick had a massive, gargantuan 4-player rampage first time around. And it makes me want to not take them off of their paw here as Voyager make their approach back on at this point. Going into the back line, Grace doesn't land. That's a lot of damage in. The rampage gets absolutely AJ. Completely gone to waste. Oh, wow, as Overwatch just did some funny things. Okay. Thank you, Creative Cloud, for interrupting that fight for me, but you know what? We saw the AJ onto Maverick's rampage, and I think that was really all we needed to know. Point flip.
Hey, it's Kiriko. You want that louder? I'm here.
Unred trying to make it back into this fight. I thought Unred going down might have been it, not able to use the sound barrier. All right, Maverick is back. Ooh, lands all the cooldowns onto Unred that time, and that is another AJ. One good AJ deserves another. Fern now with the blade and no sound barrier to worry about. That's 3 for Fern with the Dragon Blade. This point's flipping right back over. Guess what? Artemis are up 2-0 here on Suravasa.
Secure.
I'm with you.
Maverick got mad. Maverick said, fine, if I can't use my ultimate, you can't either. Just hit the Gracie in the air onto Unred. Lands the carnage too. That was nasty. Forgotten making a swap over to the Tracer. I don't know last time I saw Forgotten Tracer, if I'm going to be honest. Sound barrier out. Marduk's going to throw in a Gravitic Flux. Oh, excuse me, I said Gravitic Flux. And Kitsune Rush. And Paincar once again comes with the first blood. This time onto Faded. Follows up with a good kill onto Otis as well. We're just going to leave him some Paincar pov here. So this should be first cap going over to Artemis.
Like my smash hit.
Faded making a swap. Second time I've said it here this week. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. That Queen might be the answer here as Voyager look to mini reverse sweep the map. We also got Paladin on this venture. Rampage once again from Maverick, and once again it is massive. That might just be map winning, as Maverick came up with 3 for that Rampage. All that you need. Now, this fight's not done. Forgotten's able to pick up Pain Card. It's a 2v1. It's a 1v1 here on this point. It's just Maverick last, but Forgotten fell off. Here comes the rest of the team, though. Maybe it was enough. Here comes the cavalry as Voyager's back on this point. Unred just gets immediately cut down. Needed you to survive to get that sound barrier, but you know what? Paladin will at least find one here with the excavation. And Voyager have a chance to win it out. Fern gets cut down before they're able to get the blade up. Forgotten returning with a pulse bomb. We saw Pain Card whiff on theirs. Pain Card down low. Suzu's try to get them out. And it doesn't look like Artemis want to give this over for free. They are going to disengage, but they're coming right back into this thing, y'all. And they've got a Kitsune Rush to work with. Down barrier advantage to Unred. As Voyager need to be pretty much flawless here from in on out, and they're running into a Kitsune Rush as well as a Dragon Blade on the other side. Coalescence out of Otis, who's on a Moira now, apparently. Faded dies, 96% to Rampage, but not before taking Fern down with them. 4v3, favoring Voyager on this point, and they're able to isolate Maverick, find that kill. Voyager's not giving up on this one just yet. We still got some Suravasa left to play. Maverick's Rampages have been, I mean, just something to behold. An absolute thing of beauty, a work of art. Here to be framed in the Louvre. And now has another one ready to go. But Faded has one of their own. Let's see who gets the setup. Push back out. Maverick just going to muscle their way back in. Gets the Rampage off first. Faded responds. Well, there's a lot of purples there for a moment. I think the cleanse was... there was a cleanse available there from Marduk's. What happened? Rampages were both successful, I think is really what happened. Both got a few picks. Voyager comes out on top as the dust settles.
Flashpoint guarded.
I gotta be honest, y'all. Once the Rampages came out, I was like, okay. Marduk's had a Suzu, but still Faded felt like they got more value out of that. I mean, really, it was just the Coalescence to couple with it, perhaps. There was no support hold on the other side. All right, Voyager approaching in through stairs. Maverick is holding it for a moment, using a shout to disengage now. Fern gets caught out. Nice little move for Paladin. Now they've got a excavation here over this point. Only down about 30 health, was down as low as 10 there for a moment as the sound barrier comes in from Unred. Then Faded goes surging forward along with it. One kill already from Voyager. They got Maddox low in the back. Faded lands that knife. Woo, right in the heart of Artemis. Other one. Marduk's with another Kitsune Rush. Coalescence out early. Shout used to disengage. Suzu used to disengage. Pain Card ends up getting the kill. Nice deflect, I think, started that. But Fern goes down as the counter Kitsune Rush comes out. 4v4 onto this point. Maverick rounds the corner and just eats a Gracie. Circumvents Faded and just goes running right into the back line. Faded takes a lot of damage. Decides to drop the Rampage. I don't think I got anybody with that. I think Marduk's cleansed it immediately. If Faded even got any of that ultimate out at all. Paladin will get cut down. As does Forgotten. There's the cap. See how they set up this Rampage. This long hallway can be so difficult for Voyager to run into, considering Maverick's got a Rampage in the pocket. Well, I was half anticipating them to use it down that long hall. It's just going to be a disengage back onto the point. There's the rampage in, but Maverick got stuck. Forgotten lands the stick like just as the rampage comes out. Industrial and Fern were both very low. The Pankar is able to trade back into positive. Fern getting the last second kill as well. Ooh. All Artemis need is one more fight win to send us into a map 5. And I'm not even sure that Voyager are going to get a clean engagement here for this last one. This time ticks up so fast. Paladin is here to get the touch on the Venture. No ult available for Voyager on this point. There was the touch. It was Forgotten who actually gets it. Blade in over the top. Tried to cancel this excavation out from Paladin. Paladin down to 1. Ferns up winning the duel. Consider rush. There to help him out, and it's a +3. Artemis, they hang on. We're going to a map 5. Ooh, that sounds like a Fern pop. Or a Fern play of the game. Oh, you're damn right. Beautiful. Beautifully done. They did a good job, if I remember correctly. If that's the fight I'm thinking of, where they got the Suzu out early. It was a good job to force Suzu out early in that fight. Then to couple the Dragon Blade on the back of it. I mean, Fern was popping off. I mean, Fern, oh my goodness. Sorry, fix this up. Fern and Pankar both just had an absolutely outstanding map. All right. Got the stats ready for you. Things fixed. Invites accepted. Let's look at some stats there from map number 4. Ooh. Artemis ran away with that one. Holy hell. Look, Pankar. Pankar is square bread, by the way. Yeah, look, 45-6. Maverick did a really nice job on the Junker Queen as well. My goodness. Artemis apparently very good at Flashpoint. All right, very good at Flashpoint. Looking really good at those Queen compositions, gotta say. Even though we did see, maybe we did see an AJ on the Rampage in there at one point. We forgot about that. There were so many good Rampages. We forget about that AJ on the Rampage. We forget about the wasted ult, or the lost ult. It wasn't wasted, it was just lost. It was a good play by Voyager. Voyager made a good play. You know what? Can't fault him for that. All right. Means one final map here to determine the series. It was Voyager's pick. They banned out Shambali with their first ban, Circuit Royale. The ban from the other side. What does that mean? Let me double check that. Let me verify that those bans are accurate. Yeah, no, those bans are accurate. It's Dorado from map 5. Your pick here from Voyager, which means I imagine we'll see Faded back on the Winston. We are. We also need to get you a little bit of a side swap. No, we don't. Never mind, never mind. Voyager's on the attack.
Stop the payload.
Artemis able to win it out in the Queen composition, you know, against the Ramatra, you know, against where Faded mirrors the Junker Queen. But now Voyager are right back onto their strongest cup. And look at that Bionade that landed in on the top. And that will be the end of Industrial. Beautiful yeet there from Otis. Put Industrial down. Now, Mike them does fall, as we did get Mike them subbing back in, so no more Forgotten in the lineup here on Dorado, by the way. But with that kill on Industrial, it's enough. It's enough to buy them the space they need, and you can see the cart continues to roll forward. Now, we do have aggressive posturing here from the defensive Artemis, as they did not do a full disengage at the loss of Industrial. They are holding this high ground. Ooh, nice volley of stickies over the top, and Fern puts Milk them back into spawn, or Mike them. Fern now diving in, trying to help Maverick in as they continue to pursue exit picks, and Unread just gets caught in the doorway. Everybody from Voyager, we're trying to go through the door at the same time. And I don't know, it just looked like 3 people when you try to enter a doorway and everybody just gets stuck at the shoulders. That's what happened to Unread on that one, unfortunately. Faded. Woo, the bio name is just enough to keep Faded alive through that. Nano online and ready to go. Used on the Faded as one might anticipate, but Otis does fall on the back. Faded, you got to get something done with this. It's now or never here from Voyager's attack and Unread. There to assist with that kill on the Meradox. Duplicate used from Fern. Try to work through Unread's rally. With the help from Pain Card Maverick. Looks like they're able to do so. See what you got up here, Paladin. Pulse at the ready. All right, Paladin's just going to drop onto the point. Fern is aware up there, but I'm more interested in what Faded's doing here in this battle against Maverick. With Unread down, this is looking a little troublesome. Maverick is low on health. Faded is able to get the DMAC just... Okay, at least get self-destruct out. I don't think anybody... Oh, no, Paladin! No, Paladin! Oh, that's the end of that attack. 68 seconds remaining. Faded just hanging tight up here. Ooh, hoping to not die. Kind of ducked down into the mega courtyard. And that's a Suzu used in there. Paladin now back into this fight, pushing through main. Faded went up through stairs. Duplicate in on this as well. Like them's going to throw that bonus self-destruct right over Fountain. Looks like everybody's able to get out of the way, but the sound barrier now fades. Good self-destruct to kind of, really make sure the sound barrier lost value. Really minimize the effectiveness of that sound barrier from the defense. Now Faded with the Primal Rage. Mardux just falls into the pack of people there, and this is going to be a point A pickup. That's both supports down low on the right-hand side. And I think Fern knows it. Okay, let's converge on this Echo out here. It was very far away from both supports. Works out well. But unfortunately for them, Paladin and Otis are able to clap back in the meantime. So a +1 player advantage here to Voyager as they round this corner. Still able to keep Otis safely tucked into this room. This should work. Okay, I was going to say, this will prompt a rotation as they approach this. Fern drops the duplicate. Now is going to land right into this backline on top of these supports. Here comes Maverick along with it. It's going to be a rally out from Unread as they look to push back out. Able to get Fern out of that duplicate. Maverick just barely making it over that rooftop in time. Still has a bit of health to work with. It doesn't have the self-destruct just yet. Nano did come out and mic them the recipient of it here from Voyager. Part rounding the last corner. It's just little picks here and there. They're allowing Voyager to get a lot of space. They got the cap on the back of that one. Maverick sealing up this side door. As the car does its auto move through the garage here, through the big opening door. Concerned to rush in from the defense. It's down low, and everybody from Voyager is able to disengage out of this. Faded rotating back around. Another approach through main. Pulse up at the ready. Paladin up on the outside. Duplicate in from Mike them onto a Kiriko. Stick is gonna land. Must have been a Suzu out of Mardox. Everybody's still looking nice and healthy here from the defense. They do end up giving up some space, and Faded is happy to go claim some of that immediately. Try to battle for this high ground, try to shoot down low into the hapless defense. Mardox trying to top everybody off. The rest of Artemis, they're just on roller skates. They're just keep getting forced back over and over. Not really even any elims granting it to him. It's just overwhelming pressure out of Voyager. $140 on the clock for him. A handful of meters away from the cap. Beta's gonna go diving into the back with the Primal Rage. Looking for the Lucio. Can be a tough target. Able to chase him over the side. Industrial lands right in the thick of enemy territory. Paladin able to cut him down. But losing one of the players, not ideal here for Voyagers. Need a clean fight win here to cap this final one. Kitsune Rush, try to make up the difference of lack of players. Pankar in over the top. Not able to get it done. Mardix is going to fall. Sound Barrier lands on 4. Defense trying to stabilize, using a self-destruct to do so. Ooh, the Pilot Diva. Ooh, that was lucky. Maverick backed into Faded. Was fortunate to get their mech back on this one. Duplicate Fern from Fern, adding some sustain. Kitsune Rush, adding some punching power. The defense actually able to stabilize.
So much for that paradox.
Back them with the Somber Swap. Didn't chase, get stuck. Suzu. Nothing else to really follow up on that. As far as the lack of Suzu. Paladin pushing up highs, running into Maverick, Faded, going for the back line. Would love to get Maddox, excuse me. No, it was Maddox. I had it right the first time. Maverick tried to punish as Faded was hiding down low. Suzu out. Does keep them alive through this. Paladin ends up falling as the fight rounds the corner. High ground possession here from Artemis, and there goes Pankar dropping into the back. Ooh, an execution here could have just put an end to this attack right here and now. Ooh, but Pankar can't quite get it done. Good dance in there from Unread, able to keep everybody alive. Like them trades themselves for Industrial in the back. Industrial 84%. Oh no, everybody from Voyager gets off the cart. I'm gonna give credit to Fern on that. I'm gonna give credit to Fern. Got a 2-piece. I saw those 2-piece, both with headshots, which means they went down fast, right on the cart. We'll say Fern was able to clean off that cart and force Voyager into a bad situation. A forced mistake there. Voyager will not complete Dorado. But I will say, Dorado is one of the tougher maps, I think, to complete all 3 points. Particularly against a strong Winston composition.
Ready for battle.
Both these teams need a win to push into these final 2 matches of the season with a strong record, with hopes of making it into playoffs. Voyager are in a slightly better position than Artemis as far as standings are concerned, but I feel like that means more pressure is on Voyager. Like, everybody thinks Voyager should win this match, and when you're in this kind of situation, that can just be added stress, I fear. So Artemis kind of punching above their weight class so far, now in a position to take this dub and push up in the standings and out of that dreaded 16th rank. That is the line. Top 16, make it to playoffs. Artemis are betting on a Symmetra Morga comp to make it happen. Quick teleport up to the high ground. Mike them already out of position. The Paladin comes up with first blood. That's Pankar down. Maverick gets the stomp, trying to ensue chaos here in the middle, but Voyager are thriving in it, and they'll win this first fight. Paladin and Faded are not getting up any free percentage. You saw how far forward Paladin was pushing up just to stall that cart even further, just to make Artemis fight for every inch here. We're able to work up to the high ground. Defense rotates for their second place, their second position to hold. Attackers holding up top. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on your own cooldown? Or are you trying to get something up from the other side? I finally decided Whatever they were looking for, they found it. Maverick just slowly drops down. It's just inch by inch. Artemis are buying space here on point A. Here comes the ults from the other side. Mike them immediately taken out of at least the mech. Maverick having to bail on this fight as well. That was odd. Concerning rush here in from the attacking Artemis. They're trying to use it to great advantage. Pushing up to the top. Couldn't quite find that kill. Paladin dropping back down low, regrouping with Faded here on the front of the cart. Sound barrier out from Industrial. Unred's trying to respond with a rally, but Voyager have been pushed way far back. Like them is able to pick up one, but so is Pain with the pulse bomb. Rally thrown, Nano thrown on to Faded as they move back onto this cart. Looking to hunt down the supports, but Maverick able to get it done on the other side. 2v2 left on this point. Faded down low, but has the primal range. Gets Industrial with it. I mean, woo, talk about towing the line. Incredible edge testing out of Faded. Limit testing, that is. Testing the knife's edge. Here of the Winston. Duplicate Lucio out of Fern. Might be able to get up to that secondary sound barrier. Nope, unfortunately not. Defense sends him packing. Ooh, Pain wins out that fight down low, though. Okay. What are you going to do with this? Trying to work the off angle. Pressure down, Mike them up top. Fern comes in over the top to finish what Pain card Maverick had started. Yep, there's the clapback. Otis and Faded are there and able to trade. Whatever you can do, they can do better, so it seems. At least Voyager would like to think. Paladin gets the punch down onto Pain card. Voyager hold, less than a minute to go. Late trades from Voyager, despite the early picks out from Artemis. That one's got to be frustrating. Marduk's about 20% ahead in the Kitsune rush. Pulse bomb available for both squads. Pankar's had an outstanding series, but Artemis needs a stick now here more than ever. Can they get it done in the clutch? Here comes Paladin in for the challenge. There goes the pulse bomb out. It doesn't land. On the outside, Fern looking for a kill with the focusing beam. Can't get it done. Kitsune rush out over the objective, but there's a duplicate in. Maverick gets stuck from Paladin. Now playing from a deficit. Fern's able to return the favor. No tanks left on the battlefield as Otis throws in the Kitsune rush here from the defense. Sticking bulbs land. Mike them, take it down. Focusing beam gets some damage done, but not enough to take Unread out of this fight. They're able to stick around long enough to get a sound barrier into the battle. Is there anybody left to take advantage of it? It's just the Tracer and Faded left on this objective. Paladin gets cut down. Faded the only one remaining here in overwhelming odds. In overtime, Artemis put a point on the board. What can they do with it? Woo. I need a sip of my tea. Y'all just enjoy some Paladin pop. You know what? Let's go check out some Fern pop. Ooh, the auto duplicate. I haven't seen this one in a while. Lands the Bionade. Almost landed the slate. Maverick's able to follow up on that Bionade. Couple of shots. Just need one more to finish off. Does get the kill onto Mike them. Nicely done. Even have a nano in the pocket. Oh, almost got the nano onto Marduk. That would have saved him too. It was a great dupe out of Fern, but Artemis still find themselves down in this fight. Faded with control of the high ground and a primal rage in the pocket. Maverick can say the same. Very even here in ultimates from both of our teams. Where are you hiding here, Pankar? Pankar's down in the church. Maverick just on the other side in front of the statue. Trying to find a way to take this high ground away. Would love a kill onto Otis here. Whip shot doesn't quite knock Maverick down, and they're able to use a primal rage to muscle through the purple. Do get slept into the corner, but are going to get woken up. Fern's got to kill the other direction. Things are looking good here, as Artemis has been able to keep both the supports of Voyager out of this fight, as Maverick makes their way onto the Mega, and are still keeping these two supports occupied. Does eventually get melted down. As Mike them, who had been killed earlier in the fight, returns with a vengeance. All the while, Faded holding the front line. 30 seconds to go here in what is potentially the map, the match, the series. Headshot lands on the Paladin and will force them out early in the fight. Bionade out early. Maverick cleansed of that. Now with a Kitsune rush, they're going to leap down into a rallying unread. Voyager ducking inside, giving up a bit of space, knowing they have some to give. The rally starts to fade. Nano boost at the ready. Sound barrier just coming online for Industrial. They're able to get it off. Nano thrown on to Faded. They move on to the front of this cart. No kills yet as Pain Car is dueling Paladin in the back. Lucio returning. Back on the front line. Fern duplicate onto the Anna once again. Looking for another repeat. Excellent performance and the extra sustain coming in handy. Pouring all that down onto Maverick. The shield blocking the healing momentarily. Maverick has to back up, being careful to keep toes on this objective. Fern and Pain Car step up as Maverick is demeched. Duplicate taken out here from Fern. They move up to the high ground. Everybody off the cart for a moment. It's just Marduk's holding down this objective. Marduk's able to swift step around Pain Car and Industrial back on this point. Everybody converging. Moving on to mic them on this objective from all sides. It's Artemis able to stay alive and keep it going. Keep hope alive through this series, through this fight. Still have not put that second point on the board. Faded's Primal Rage has been able to stay long enough. Now with a Kitsune Rush, this should be the final push into point C. They will eventually get it in there. Hey, FICA, thank you for the follow. $120 remain. And remember, Illiad Artemis don't have to push all the way in. They do not have to get the full cap. We will not get extra innings. It is all or nothing here in this final 65 seconds in this incredible Week 6 matchup in NA Expert for Season 2 of FACEIT League. Okay, what do we got to work with? Sound barrier available out of Industrial. Maverick pushes up to the high ground. Sound barrier lands. Maverick eats a Bionade, kind of gets stunned out of it, forced to back up, and Fern is cut down to the high ground. Pain Car is able to find a kill onto Otis, though. 35 seconds remain. Maverick goes up, puts the pressure down onto Mictham, forces them back down low. Would have loved that kill. Mictham is so close to that duplicate. Now available here for the defensive echo. Pain Car's pulse bomb will get that duplicate out. Mictham duplicating the tracer. Now moving in. Faded, putting in additional pressure as well. Content to just force Artemis back. One final fight will determine the series. Mictham lands the additional pulls to put Maverick in a down, low in health early in this fight. Self-destruct in over the top. Mictham able to back enough away, but Paladin gets caught out. Defense down a player here. As the overtime starting, the cart rolling in, and the true final fight begins. Paladin swapping over to a May, here to try to get this done. Otis close to a Nano, but Faded falls on the point! Industrial is able to get him down. Maverick holding the line, and the duplicate in from Fern. Trying to melt through. Otis will get it done. Industrial falls, throws out the pulse. Unread is down. Won't get up to the rally. Artemis will win it in a map 5. They overcome Voyager and complete the upset in what has gotta be an underdog victory. Holy hell. GG's to Artemis and Marduk's with a well-earned play of the game. What a series. And if this is any indication we're going to see in NA Expert playoffs, oh my, you can count me in. What a series. Incredible. Incredible finish there from Artemis. I mean, they put up the big hold on the back there to prevent the full cap. They're able to get it done. They're able to push it all the way in. Oh my, let's get that point on the board. Unreal end. Unbelievable. Unbelievable series. Take a look at how we got here. It was Artemis winning the first map, taking Nepal. It was a very, very close Nepal. But then Voyager came back with a dominant Ica Volta, very dominant Coliseo. Artemis started to bring us back. This is where we saw that glimmer, right? In the final 2 minutes of Coliseo, Artemis swung back from a massive deficit and made it really, really close. And that's when we started to see that momentum. And they carried that momentum into Suravasa. And able to win it out in the Junker Queen comp, able to force Fated to make the swap. And into Dorado, I'd say they'd have to beat Voyager on their best comp in the Winston, and Illiad Artemis are able to get it done. Huge shout out. I mean, incredible performance all around. Fern, really a big standout. It was my first time seeing this Illiad Artemis squad, and man, was I impressed. I cannot wait to see more out of them. Let's take a look at stats from map 5 before we get too far. My goodness. There you go. It was Paint Car with the 31 elims tied with Maverick to lead the server. Fated had almost 20,000 damage. That was a bloodbath of a map 5, y'all. That was, I mean, look at the amount of damage and the amount of healing. Like, that was just a bloodbath of a map 5. Good Lord. That was awesome. What a fun series. Let's take a look at some standings. Let's see, because these standings do update. I'll refresh just to make sure. Let's see if we've had any shakeups. Artemis moved from 16th to 8th, 9th on the back of that win. Oh, they are feeling a lot more comfortable about making top 16. Voyager moves down into 10th place. These two teams really are neck and neck. This is going to be a hell of a finish. Look at how many teams from 8th to 14th are all tied right now. Remember, top 16 make playoffs. So Tanuki still have a series to play. They're one series behind the rest of these teams. I guess they're playing Shroom Squad, considering that's the other team with 11. Let's check that. We can check that. Oh, Fern! Dude, you popped off. Holy cow. What a great game. Fern, you absolutely popped off. Thank you for the follow. It's an honor. Appreciate it. What a great series. It was so exciting to get introduced to your squad. And what an incredible introduction. That was an amazing series. Let's see. I want to see if Tanuki is playing right now. Just because I'm curious. They play Shroomies tomorrow. Okay. So there you go. That's going to be a tough one for Tanuki. Let's check back at those standings. So Tanuki will most likely end up tied with Day by Day and Effortless here for this 16th slot. So, I mean, Artemis really pulling themselves up by their bootstraps with this win. And now, I mean, you still got Midori to face. Midori's going to be a tough ask, but I think Voyager was the toughest of your remaining schedule here. So what a bounce back, preventing a fourth loss in a row, bouncing back from a 3-series skid, a 3-loss skid, to take this big win over Voyager. Huge stuff. Congrats, y'all. Congrats. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. I don't have anything else for you. I will have another match for you tomorrow. Agave Coven taking on UTA varsity to round out week 6 here. So another NA expert matchup. And, hope to see you all here for it. I'm looking forward to it. But, yeah, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the follows. You'll have a wonderful night. Be kind to each other. Look out for each other. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.